Okay, let's play a game.
Okay.
Okay. So, kids do this. Adults do it. You know, they're you know, they have get-togethers. They
drink alcohol.
No, absolutely not. I was talking about games. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, I told you I'm bad at charades.
Oh my God! Oh, welcome everybody to the game night movie review. Oh my God! You are terrible at games.
I told you I am, and I'm not very competitive like they are. They're cutthroat. They want to kill each other.
Oh my God! This is the latest comedy that just came out. I mean, we loved the trailer. I wanted to see the movie.
I wanted to see the movie too.
So where did you want to start with game night, sir?
I will say the plot was absolutely very ingenious.
Okay.
I mean, I think the plot, it shows you how, you know, the main couple in the movie, Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams, they were competitive. They met at a trivia game.
Trivia night at a bar or something like that.
And then their competitiveness blossomed into a relationship. They got married. They want to have a kid. And it really shows how competitive they are. Then the big turn in the movie is where Brooks, the brother, comes in and changes everything. Jason Bateman's brother, his name was Brooks in the movie. I don't know the actor.
The actor is Kyle Chandler.
Kyle Chandler. He really changed the dynamic of the movie. You get to learn about secrets in this movie. I like that. Everybody has like a little secret that they're hiding, and I really do like that. I don't want really to do spoilers because I do want people to see this movie. But it's basically about playing games and how a game night becomes a little too extreme, and it goes from fantasy to and actually being real and people really being in danger. But it really made people, you know, really, I think it was a great movie. The plot, I think it was really good. It went into a lot of things, showing people's what they'll do for each other. I think the morals, what friends will do to each other, really help each other out, and really how far they'll take things. And I don't think normal people would do this, but I think when you have a competitive spirit, you'll go very, very far.
I do like the idea that they're very competitive and they're very, like, you know, they want to win at everything. They are not settled for second place. Mm-mm. They do not. But they have fun doing it, though. It's not like they're, like, insufferable. They're actually really fun doing it.
Yeah, and the people who play it, they even say a part in the movie, we're doing this not just for the games, to spend time with each other.
To spend time with each other, but not only to spend time with each other, but to also, like, you know, just, like, have that camaraderie with great friends and everything like that. I like that a lot. And yes, when you bring the brother into it, and the brother is somebody who, Jason Bateman is like, oh, he's everything that I'm not.
And then you come to find out that's not true.
That's not exactly the case, and everything that goes along with that. I actually love the idea of, because basically what he says, okay, we're doing game night. We're not doing categories or anything like this. We're not doing all those games. We're doing a murder mystery game, and somebody's going to get taken. And once that happens, because it's in the trailer, so we're not spoiling anything, the fact that the brother does get taken, and the fact that they believe, oh my God, this is wow, this is really realistic. Oh man, that's, wow, you guys are selling that. What they don't realize is that it's actually real. Mm-hmm. And that the idea that the comedy that comes from not understanding that, and also the realism of it, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that fun aspect of it.
Absolutely. I like where there was danger in the movie, too. I mean, there was a part, I don't want to break it, but there was dangerous things. People did get hurt. Yeah. And everything wasn't, you know, because it wasn't, they thought it was a game, and then they realized, okay, this is not really a game anymore. This is dangerous life and death situations. But that makes them even, their competitiveness is what helps them to win the game of life, I guess you can call it.
Yes, because, you know, you sort of realize that them sort of being really good at games and everything has sort of helped them in, like, figuring this whole thing out.
Yep.
And it's actually kind of fun seeing that. Now, the interesting thing is when you have something like this, like a serious, like, oh my god, realism, there's actually, like, things going on here. Some people would say, is the comedy good enough to support it to be a good, like, comedy with that dark aspect to it? I think the comedy worked.
I think the comedy worked. I think sometimes they pushed a little too far. I think some scenes were... I think they were trying too hard to be funny in some scenes and not as funny as... I think some scenes... The thing, it was dark humor. There was a very funny movie, but I don't think there was enough seriousness. I think there needed... I hate to say, even with every comedy, you have to have a bit of seriousness. And even the main part of the movie, you know, the end of the movie... Not the end, but almost the end. You know the scene I'm talking about where they're in the plane?
Yes, okay.
That I thought should have been a serious moment, and that was even... comical, and I'm like, okay, too much comedy. You need a little bit of seriousness.
I agree with you to a point, but for me personally, I'm like, this is, at the end of the day, this is a comedy.
But I thought they should have, yes, I know it's a comedy, but even most comedies, any comedy you looked at, be it Sister Act, be it Pineapple Express, any type of comedy, there's always, I can list tons of comedies, but there's always a little bit of seriousness in it. And I just like the seriousness. I don't like pure comedy. Maybe that's where I'm a little different than you. I don't mind a comedy, but I like a little bit of seriousness.
A little bit of seriousness. Okay, I mean that's fair enough. I mean, but I think the comedy that we do get is really good. I do like the comedy. I think the connection that Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams have is fantastic. They really have a great dynamic together. The chemistry is fantastic. I love them. And I've been a Jason Bateman fan since the Teen Wolf 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I've been a fan, man. I'm not one of these fake motherfuckers. I'm a fan, okay?
Oh, I like him. I love the acting. The acting was phenomenal with everybody.
I forget the guy's name who played the cop. Forget his name now. The actor's name is escaping me. He's really good in the movie too.
Yeah, he's serious, but he's also, his seriousness is what makes him funny.
Yes.
And there's one point to the movie, he has a little dog, and I thought was the funniest part in the movie, what happens, like, just to watch that part in the movie, what happens to the dog and what happens to this guy and his whole house, that was very, very hysterical. I thought it was very funny. There's a lot of parts of the movie that are funny. The thing is, you had to realize, okay, it went from being a game night to being serious. I mean, the whole issue of the movie was you find out that the brother really is involved in illegal activities.
Yes, in illegal activities, and he's actually, like, okay, he's this guy that, has been propped up, but he's actually somebody who is, oh my God, he's not exactly the nicest or most, like, genuine guy.
And that's where you find out what's real and what's not real. You think it's just a murder mystery game, but then you're realizing, they really want to kill him.
They really want to kill him. And what I like about it even more is that the twists and turns in the movie, too. Things that I didn't even see coming. I was like, when it happened, and again, won't spoil anything, but I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, wow, like, I never would expect that in a million years.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was genuine. I love that a lot. So for me personally, I was sort of happy not getting... Sometimes these movies can be pretty cookie cutter.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe it's a little bit cookie cutter, maybe, but I liked what it gave me. I liked to mix it up a little bit.
I like the action in the movie. Not just... It shows where, you just have action nonstop. It's not just comedy. This is kind of like an action movie because you do have scenes with guns and knives and you have people getting hurt and you have people fast car chases and you really have the dynamic of it's a comedy, but it also shows action. And it's a very funny movie, but they also have a lot of action sequences, which I think has really made the movie even more, an even better movie, having all these little bits of action in it, that they were really... they're nervous and they're scared and they want to save the brother, but that's what made it so dynamic.
Exactly, and that's what I loved about that as well. I thought that was really great. I just thought, overall, like I said, I think the comedy of it was really cool. I thought that the sort of connections that everybody had, I think the relationships, everything worked, and I didn't think that any of the actors were were.
I thought, to talk about the acting, there was only one person I wish they didn't cast her, and she didn't play a significant role. There was the guy that went to Harvard. Remember we were talking about
yes.
And they tried to show there was not chemistry. There was not really supposed to be, but they were trying to show how he wanted to rig the game. He kept losing game night, so he finally invites a really smart, intelligent CEO of a really smart woman, and she's really stupid. And I didn't get that comedy duo between those two in the movie.
You didn't get the I'm dumb and I'm smart.
I just don't think it worked that well.
Okay.
I think they should have picked a different woman. I could have seen it. I thought was great. Her, I wish they picked somebody different.
Okay, I mean, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it might have like not have. See, because it didn't focus on it a lot, I didn't really bother me.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's one of the things that bothered me in the movie, that duo. I think the black couple was really good. The whole chemistry between them, I thought that was very good. I thought the main couple was good. I thought the other actors were good, but she didn't fit in the movie. I didn't like her very well. Again, she didn't play a significant role. I thought everybody else did a wonderful job acting-wise.
I thought everybody overall did a really great job in the movie a lot. And, again, like I said, I really like Jason Bateman. I know he's on a Netflix show right now. Mm-hmm. I believe it's Ozark. And that show is very dramatic. This is more of a comedy, and he can play the dramatic and comedy part. There's even some of that stuff in this movie as well. So I mean, I like all that stuff, and I think it came together really well. Like I said, some of the comedy hits, and some of it doesn't, but I like the majority of it. Mm-hmm. So I mean, for me, it was definitely a really fun movie to watch. Do you have any other thoughts or anything before?
Well, I was going to say, don't just go for the comedy. I think the action. Don't forget that the action is really good in the movie. I mean, the gun scene where when they were at the bar with the guns.
Yeah, the gun scene. It's funny, yeah.
And the surgery with the knife. I think there's a lot of action in the movie too, which makes it so good because it shows what people will do in extreme situations.
But the comedy that went with that action,
I think, made it superior.
I think it did. It did too. This is one of those movies where, honestly, I think it's not a movie that I think people are like, oh, I've got to go see this movie. But honestly, it's a really fun time in the theater. And
absolutely.
We were laughing. The audience
was cracking up the whole time. I was really enjoying the movie.
Yeah, it was really enjoying the movie. So, what are your final thoughts and grade rating?
I would have to say, because the action, the comedy was great. I thought the acting was great. I thought the special effects and everything was great. The only thing I just said, the reason I'm going to lower the grade rating, that one actor really kind of took away from the movie for me a little bit.
Okay.
And I think some of the humor I did not understand. And I think sometimes, as I said, I would have liked a few serious roles. I think it was a lot of comedy, which I don't mind comedy, but you can't saturate the movie to the point where you have to have a little tiny bit of serious. I'm not saying a lot. I'm saying maybe 5% of the movie have some seriousness, and I just think it was a little too much comedy. So because of that, I'd probably give it a B+.
Okay.
Take a full grade away, probably just because of those factors.
Okay. Well, for me, look, I thought this was a really fun comedy. I wasn't going into this movie expecting a lot out of it, because I thought, it's just a nice little comedy movie that, it's gonna come out probably not gonna be fantastic, but it's worth a watch. It actually surprised me. It really did. I thought it was really, really funny. I love Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams together. I thought the chemistry was amazing, as we said. I thought that it's a really small, little, unique movie that, yes, see it in the theater, but even if you were to wait on DVD or Blu-ray, it's still a fun movie, and it's definitely worth a watch regardless of how you see it. I would easily give it probably a high B-.
There you go.
There you go. That's what I would give it. So I'd offer to play another game with you, but you really suck at these games. I
do. I mean, I'm good at Monopoly. I normally go bankrupt at the end, though, when I'm trying to, invest too much.
So basically what you're saying is I should never team up with you because you're basically terrible.
No. I'm terrible in pretty much every game. Besides cards, I'm good at cards. I can kick your ass in poker any day.
I don't play poker.
Yeah,
sorry.
I can kick your ass in poker.
Poker, but I am good at like Candyland.
Candyland's okay.
Okay. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and let us know what you guys think of the movie. We'd love to hear from you. And we will be back next time for another movie review. And if you ever see this guy on the streets, never play games with him, okay? Thank you. Take care, guys.